Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fans, friends, whoever you may be, your boy T Max is back. But you know what else is back? The Masked Singer. New season, just premiered, just watched it, bam. Except small problem, which is gonna make it tough on me. They're doing a two-night season premiere. And see, here's the main problem with that is I'm not gonna get to watch the second night right away. But here anyway to discuss with you the first night of this season one premiere. My thoughts, some guesses, what happened, what I liked, and everything else. So here we go. First performer this season was the skunk. Um, Comes out. There's clues about black and white, two sides. There was something about Seoul, as in like Seoul, South Korea. Don't know how important that one is, but we're gonna find out. And then there was something about hater spray. Hater spray is a ridiculous idea to me, first of all. But then so she comes out and she starts singing, and there was like a little bit of a rasp to her voice, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm listening, and I listen to, her voice, and the only thing that comes to my mind is Aquafina. I'm like, this is absolutely Aquafina. That's about the only option to me, right? She finishes singing. Panel goes through their guesses. They're like, oh, this is a diva. This is definitely a diva. The only guess that was thrown out that I really kind of possibly agreed with was Gloria Gaynor. So I think that might be a possibility, but I have a ridiculous confidence that this is Aquafina and it is not some sort of diva. Although the way she walks out and walked off the stage did make her seem a little bit older. And Aquafina's not old, so that could be a different issue, I guess. So whatever, we're gonna find out. Next up, the Octopus. Octopus was absolutely dripped out. This was one of the coolest costumes I have ever seen. This is also the tallest person that has ever been on The Masked Singer. This is an enormous human being. Most likely to be a basketball guy right away. That's everybody's thoughts, right? So he comes out. He has a pretty good performance. I enjoyed the performance. I watch it with my parents. Dad did not enjoy the performance as much, but I thought it was a good performance. I had not great guesses because of course I don't recognize the voice. I think it's a basketball guy. I don't know who possibly sings like this. Some clues, 8 being a lucky number. Only basketball guy in the number 8 that comes to my mind immediately is Kobe. Kobe's A, not that big. Kobe's B, not here anymore, which is awful on its own. But then apparently he was criticized for not taking things seriously early in his career. I thought it was an older guy. That's just my thoughts. I thought it was an older guy. So my guess for Octopus, Kareem. Not that it's a great guess because this Octopus was kind of moving around pretty well still. But I said Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I was like, I don't feel as good about that one. But I was like, it seems like a definite possibility. So that right away, I was like, this might be my favorite performance of the night, It did not end up being, it was still good, but like, let me tell you. Pufferfish came out next. Okay. Pufferfish was kind of an interesting costume. She at one point called herself like the queen of the sea, that the pufferfish is that, and I was like, I don't think that's true at all, but whatever. Clue package included a disco ball. She said that she had trouble blending in when she was younger. There's a boomerang in the clue package, so immediately everyone thinks Australia. The judges thought this. I kind of thought this, but then a guitar comes up in the clue package, and she sort of played it in the package. But on the guitar, it said guitar in Spanish. I'm not going to pretend to be able to say that correctly and embarrass myself that way. So there's that. But she came out and she sang Say So, which is a song I enjoy enough, honestly. And she killed that thing. She sang really good. And then honestly, she got to the rapping part and just like she switched it up and did that really well. I was extremely impressed with this performance. I had a great time with it. I have no good guesses. There was one guess that I possibly agreed with from the panelists, the judges, and that was Jessica Alba. I think that could be a possibility, but there was a wide variety of guesses that I believe even included. I forgot her name. Gosh, dang, Paula Abdul. I know who Paula Abdul is, but very curious. Okay, so we have 5 performers tonight, by the way, to kick things off. 5 performances. So 4th performance of the night, out comes Mother Nature, which first of all upsets me that they do this as a costume idea. I don't know what possesses these people to go, yeah, like let's just do an idea. Here's your costume idea. It is an idea. Like I don't. Come on. It hurts me. Like it was kind of cool. It was intricate stuff like that, but she seemed a little bit older as well. One big clue from the package: never been a mother. It didn't help me at all, of course, but whatever. There was a picture of Wayne Brady in her package, who of course was the Fox winner of season 2, season 1, season 2 of The Masked Singer. So possibly a comedian. Never know. Or at least I don't, because I'm not good at these things. But she came out, she sang. It was a fun performance. I had a good time with it. Wasn't my favorite, but I don't think it sucked either. And so that's about it for that. I didn't have any guesses. I didn't agree with any of the judges necessarily. They said Tiffany Haddish, mostly, and I don't think I agreed with that, but maybe it could be. Who knows? But then comes out the bull. So the bull comes out, and this man is just walking with some swagger. Absolute swag. I'm already digging it. Dad and I thought that RoboPine last season could have been LL Cool J. I see the build of this guy. I'm like, could this be him? Okay? So we get to, the clue package. There's an homage to George Washington. The painting where he's crossing the river and everything. In the clue package. That's not a big deal, but I also didn't, maybe it is a big deal, but I didn't know what to make of it. And then there was like a map with Cooperstown highlighted, which is where the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame is. So some relation to baseball, some relation to a player who's in Cooperstown, maybe someone who's in Cooperstown themselves. Don't know. But then we get something about going to Hollywood and making it onto Forbes. This stumps me even further. Granted, the Hollywood thing kind of brought me back to LL Cool J. I was like, Hollywood, this kind of makes sense, whatever. And then there was an homage to the astronaut from a couple seasons ago, and that was Hunter Hayes. Suddenly I'm confused again. My brain is scrambled. It's like that normally, but for this purpose, scrambled again. Okay. And then there was just a stuffed lion. That's supposed to be the Lion King. It was the Detroit Lions. Like I don't know what to make of this. Okay. But then he starts singing, and this was by far the best performance of the night. This dude's voice was phenomenal. This dude was dancing. This dude put a full-on performance on. I loved it. Don't know why. Also, by the way, not LL Cool J. There's no way this is LL Cool J. The voice is too high to be LL Cool J. The only guess that came to my mind, even after the clues, but then after the voice, the only thing, and I got, I was trying to recognize the voice. I thought I recognized his voice. And the only thing that came to my mind is Gavin DeGraw. Now, I don't feel the most confident about that, but it felt kind of like Gavin DeGraw. So, honestly, I think I might have to roll with that until I get more clues and see what's going on with that. So, I'm thinking it could be, but this guy, already a front runner for at least his group. Bare minimum, this is the best dude in the group. So, hopefully he'll make it far this season, But then it's time for eliminations, right? They're like, oh, it's the season premiere. We're doing 2 nights, even though we never said this before. And I'm like, I hate you guys. But they're doing a double elimination. So we're like, oh snap. Realistically, I expected the skunk to go home, and then it was between the octopus and Mother Nature for me. No big deal. Realistically, pufferfish um and bull were the two that I was just into the whole time. Had a great time. I enjoyed octopus, of course. Octopus is the first person to go home. And we're like, whatever. All four first impression guesses were basketball players, and they were all different. Dennis Rodman for Jenny, Dwight Howard, Nicole Scherzinger said Shaq, which, like, she has to have known better. Come on. Like, I feel like if Shaq was out there, he would have thrown in, just somewhere. He would have managed to do it. And then Robin said Joel Embiid, and I was like, this is not Joel Embiid. Like, his accent is far too thick. But Ken Jeong, Dr. Ken was right. It was freaking Dwight Howard, dude. I was shocked, personally. One, slightly because Ken got it right, and two, because it was Dwight Howard, who realistically did not sound that bad to me. I really didn't think he sounded that bad in his performance. There were other people that were that much better. But that was exciting. I was like, dang, that's pretty cool. So that's like the third NBA player we've had on this show so far. So they're doing a good job, but their off season coincides pretty well, so it makes sense, right? But then we're like, oh, another unmasking. Who's it gonna be? Mother Nature. So we're like, oh, what's up? So Tiffany Haddish was, again, a rather predominant guess, and I still don't like that guess. But so they go through it, oh, take it off. So they start unmasking, and then they're like, ha ha ha, joke's on you, suckers. They're like, we're doing it tomorrow at the beginning of the second part of this 2-night premiere. And I'm like, why? Why do you hate me? It's so mean. So I'll have to get back to you guys on how night 2 goes. There's 2 wild cards this time. I didn't like the concept of the wild card that much last season. To add in 2 all of a sudden is like, why are people getting free passes further into the show? And if they're good, why don't we want them performing more? Like, if they're good, I want them to perform more. That's silliness, you know what I mean? Like, gosh, dude, it's annoying, but whatever. Either way, that's my notes for the first episode of The Masked Singer. If you're a fan of the show, please give me some feedback. Tell me what you think. Tell me I'm an idiot. Tell me that for whatever reason you agree. If you got something that you think is crazier than what I said, tell me about it. Fight me on it. Agree with me on it. I don't care. Let's work on this. I want to be a part of figuring out who people are. I keep finding out that other people have figured out who these people are because they're doing a lot more snooping than I am, and maybe I want to be a part of that this time. So talk to me. Either way, I'm gonna be hopefully back this season doing a lot better with these. So if you like this, check out some of our other content. We've got a lot of ideas right now that we're trying to hit y'all with and bring a lot of those out right now. Not just the podcast, not just the video essays. We're trying to get a lot of stuff out to you guys. So if you want to see more stuff, like, comment, subscribe. Give us ideas of stuff you want us to cover, TV shows, movies. That's our thing. If you've got something you like, tell us about it. We listen, okay? Either way, my name's Tristan, representing the Binge Boys. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Spotify, whatever you listen to podcasts on. Subscribe to us here on YouTube. Hope you like the video.